So this is number 18. So there are exactly k positive integer b such that b is in between 5 to 2024 inclusive such that base b integer 2024 base b is divisible by 16 and 16 is in base 10. And what is the sum of the digits of k? So it is kind of obvious, but let's rewrite these in base 10. So what we are told, this integer 2024 in base b is divisible by 16. So I'm going to divide this by 16. So this is going to be integer. That's what we are told. So, let's convert into base 10 because this is base 10, this is base b, 0, 1, 2, 3. So that should be 2 times b to the third, and then 0 times b squared, and then 2 times b plus 4 times b to the 0, which is going to be just 1 over 16. So everything is divisible by 2, so let's simplify that. So b cubed plus b plus 2 over 8, and then this is the integer. So this is a question where we are dealing with integer and we just want to know how many b's are possible. So it's a good indicator that we should use modular arithmetic because we have divisibility stuff. So if I want to rewrite this guy in terms of b cubed plus b plus 2, this is congruent to 0 mod 8. And then that basically means that's divisible by 8, right? So because that's just the same as this one. So at this point, I can check every number that has a remainder of 1 through 8. So, and then that will make my general same. So if I want to try, say, the b equals 1, I can try it with 0 as well. So if I choose, maybe let's try with 1. If I go with 1, that's going to be 1 plus 1 plus 2, which is going to be 4. So that should be 4, right? So which is not congruent to 0. So that should be congruent to 0, but in this case, it's not 1. So it's not 0. If you plug 1 for b or 8 more than b, so you will get something that has a remainder of 4, not 0. So if I try b equals 2, so that will be 8. That means this is a multiple, so you can cancel that immediately. So 2 plus 2 is going to be 4. So you got 4 as well, which doesn't work either. So that should be no. B equals 3. So 27, maybe I should start writing. So 3 and 2. So if you combine these guys, so you got 32, which is indeed a multiple of 8. So that should be one of our numbers. So that does work. So if 3 does work, we can actually add any 8s, any multiple 8s to 3. So that should work as well. So the next one, b is 4. So if I go with that, 64 plus 4 plus 2, this is a multiple of 8 already, that will be 6. So 6 is not congruent to 0, so that doesn't work. So if b is 5, so 125 plus 5 plus 2. So 125 is 120 is a multiple of 8, right? So that will be 5 plus 5, that's 10 plus 12, which is going to be congruent to 4 if I'm not mistaken. So it's not going to be 0, that doesn't work. So if I go with b is 6, okay, so that should be 2, 6 times 6 times 6 plus 6 plus 2. So instead of multiplying, I can take the -2, -2, -2 for mod 8. So that should be -8. So -8 is gonna be 0 as well. So that will be 6 plus 2, which is 8. So that should be 0. So that does work. And if I go with b equals 7, so that will be 7 times 7 times 7 plus 7 plus 2. So this is -1, -1, -1. So the product will be -1 plus 9, which is 8. So that does also work because that's a multiple of 8. So b equals 8, which is the same as 0. doesn't work because this is a multiple 8, this is multiple 8, but this is not, so that doesn't work. So when you look at the all like 0 through 8, so 3, 6, and 7 work, and everything else didn't work. So, and then if you keep doing this every 8 other like numbers, you will have the same thing because mod works infinity like that. So we just need to know how many does work like this. So like 2024, so one of the previous problem was 2 to the third times 11 times 23. And if you take the 11, I mean 8, because we have mod 8, so that's just multiple 8. So cancel this. So you get 11 times 23, which is equal to one of the numbers, I think it was 253. So I can double check. Right? So 253. So that means we have that many numbers if I just take the 1/8, but we just need to take 3/8 of this because 3 out of 8 of those does work. So if I multiply this by 3, so 253, so that should be 9, right? So we'll guess 15. So that will be 7. So 3/8 of the first 24 integer is this, but this is not our answer because this does include our 1, 2, 3, all the way to the like 8. But our numbers are starting from what? 5, which means 3, the first number 3 shouldn't be inclusive. So we have one lesser than this number. So it's gonna be 758. So we are looking for the sum of the digits, so 758. So that looks like 12 plus 8 is 20. So this is choice D, but as you see, if you don't really carefully check your reasoning and restriction and stuff, so you might end up getting 21, because if you take the 59, so you get 21, which is one of the choices as well. So they love to trick as well. Anyway, so that was number 18. So number 20, number 18, 20 is the answer.